to It's Not What You Know. Joe Lycett. They said I was too old for Radio 1, too young for Radio 2, and too butch for Radio 3. So here I am on Radio 4. This programme is not about what you know, it's about who you know, and most importantly, how well you know them. Tonight we've got 3 guests, and each of them has nominated someone they know to get rung up by me and asked a lot of questions. Some of those we'll be using this evening. Most of them I asked simply for my own erotic purposes. Tonight's panellists have to guess the answers their nominees gave, and if they get enough of them right, they'll win tonight's star prize, an all-expenses-paid trip thousands of miles into the sky to visit a manned space station. Ooh. Sorry, I've misread that. That should be an all-expenses-paid trip hundreds of miles along the A38 to visit Mansfield service station. Don't worry, we've pulled out all the stops. You'll enjoy a slap-up meal at the Little Chef and a £1 voucher for the vibrating massage chair outside the toilets. But who'll be enjoying this genuinely extraordinary trip? It'll be one of tonight's guests, Holly Walsh, Tim Lovejoy and Nish Kumar. First this evening we have Holly Walsh. Interestingly, Holly and I are both allergic to cats. The symptoms include going red in the face, sneezing, puffy eyes, and eventually storming out the theatre shouting, "Andrew Lloyd Webber is a bastard." Holly, who have you nominated to answer our questions this evening?
I have nominated someone I've known for a very long time. She is someone I admire a lot, and I am half dreading what she has to say.
Well, let's find out who it is.
My name is Gussie Walsh. I am an associate priest. I live in Thornborough in Buckingham, and Holly is my daughter.
Yes, it's your mum, Gussie. That's a lovely name, isn't it? What's that short for? I'm guessing Maureen?
I think it's a nickname. It's not actually her real name.
You think?
Yeah.
Is this the first contact you've had with your mother? Welcome, Holly and Gussie. Next to join us is Tim Lovejoy. Tim currently presents Channel 4's Sunday Brunch alongside chef Simon Rimmer. If you're not familiar with the concept of Sunday Brunch, it's a combination of breakfast and lunch and awkward interviews conducted over a quiche. Tim, who have you picked for tonight?
Well, I've known this bloke, I don't know, I think it's about 9 years now. He's very northern. He's very bald, but he knocks up a lovely bit of supper.
Oh, I wonder who that could be. Let's find out who you've gone for.
I'm Simon Rimmer. I'm a chef and restaurateur. I live in Manchester, and I know Tim because we are screen husband and wife.
Yes, it's Simon Rimmer, screen husband and wife. So which one's the husband, which one's the wife?
You tell me. What do you think?
Oh, I couldn't possibly say. But I've got a lovely mental image right now, Tim. So welcome, Tim and Simon. And finally, let's say hello to Nish Kumar. Nish is an Edinburgh Comedy Award-nominated stand-up and the host of BBC Radio's topical sketch show, Newsjack, which is a sort of It's Not What You Know for people who actually care about things. Nish, tell us who you've decided to pick.
Joe, I've decided to pick a lady with whom I have a long-standing friendship. She's been around for a long old time in my life. And she's someone who inspires a mixture of respect, adoration and genuine terror.
OK, I think I know who it is. Well, I know, because it's written down here. Well, let's hear from them.
My name is Beena Kumar. I'm a housewife, not very interesting. I live in Croydon, and I'm Nish's mum.
Yes, it's Nish's mum, Beena. Being a housewife, she says, not very interesting. Vacuuming, dusting, having Nish Kumar as a son. All pretty boring, I imagine. Welcome, Nish and Beena. Well, round one is where we ask your nominees some questions to find out what they know about you. And then you have to try and guess what they might have said. Holly, we asked your mum, Gussie, what do you like least about your daughter Holly's career as a stand-up comedian? Now, what's Gussie going to have said?
I think she doesn't like the fact that I make jokes about her sometimes. She doesn't listen to a lot of the shows, which sometimes she listens to some of the shows I do, but other times people in her village tell her that they've heard me on the radio or seen me on television, and they do a sort of half-assed version of the joke that I told. And then my mum gets the wrong end of the stick, and she'll call me up and say, Well, I don't know where you got the idea that you were conceived in a supermarket alley or whatever. Well, I'm going to go with she doesn't like the fact that I tell jokes about her.
OK, let's get the answer from Gussie.
I think there are times when my humour and her humour don't quite meet.
Oh, sounds like a diss. Could you tell us what you mean there, Gussie?
I respect where she is and what she does, while you understand it. There are kind of levels where I think it goes below what I would consider was the right level, put it that way.
Welcome, everyone, to Jeremy Kyle.
That's like the worst heckle I've ever had in my life.
She thinks it goes below the right level. I'm not even sure what that means.
I think that I'd always wanted to do her proud, and now she's disappointed with me and she's expressed it on radio. And I am going to write one hell of a joke about my conception.
Yes, Gussie thinks that some of Holly's material goes below the right level. I agree, to be honest, Gussie. And if you're listening, I'm still very much looking forward to our date next week to see your favourite and mine, Roy Chubby Brown. I'll give you 1 point. Tim, it's your turn, actually.
Good.
We asked your friend and co-presenter Simon, has Tim ever been starstruck by a guest on Sunday Brunch? What do you think Simon said? Who have you really hated on the show?
You? No, you were great on the show. Who have I hated on the show? Do you know what? I haven't hated anyone. Genuinely, people turn up.
I don't know if I believe you when you can't say the word genuinely.
I think he will say that Tim thinks he's cooler than school and he's not starstruck by anyone. That's what I think he'll say.
OK. Simon, what's your answer?
We both got pretty starstruck by Phil Collins.
Phil Collins.
That was supposed to be a secret.
I did go on Sunday Brunch, and I was very starstruck when I met Simon Rimmer. Luckily, I was able to calm myself down by talking to Tim Lovejoy. No points there, sorry, Tim. Nish, we've got one for you now, brace yourself. We asked your dear mother, Bina, what's the most likely thing for you and Nish to argue about? What do you reckon your mum's gone for?
I think my mum is going to say politics. My mother and I have slightly different political beliefs in that I think she can be a little bit reactionary and she thinks I should be in jail. So I think she's going to say politics.
OK, well, let's ask Bina.
We disagree on politics a lot, and I'm trying to tone them down.
Yes! She's trying to tone you down, she said in that answer.
Yeah.
Is that because you're a fascist? What's going on?
Well, my mother described me as a subversive because I said that I don't think we should harvest the poor. So, I mean...
Yes, Bina says she argues with Nish about politics and she's trying to tone him down. My mum managed to get me to tone down my politics, which is why I can now stand to be on the same stage as an Asian man and a woman. Little misogynist racist joke there, you go.
And I'll tell you what, Bina is probably loving it.
So that's 2 points to Nish.
Yes, all right, lovely.
Holly, we're back round to you. We asked Mama Walsh, what's the naughtiest thing Holly did as a child? What do you think your mum said?
Oh, this is a difficult one because I was so square as a kid that it would be very hard for me to have done. I once called her the B word just to try it out.
The B word?
Yeah.
Which word's that?
Bitch.
How did that go down?
Not well at all. I'm going to admit to this. I stole somebody's scratch and sniff sticker. So someone had a sticker album. There was a scratch and sniff. Scratch and sniff is a very different thing. Scratch and sniff. Scratch and sniff the sticker. That is a mouthful. I'm digging a hole here. But I stole it one day at school, and then I felt so bad about it that I took it back the next day and gave it back.
You gave someone back their scratch and sniff sticker?
Yeah.
OK, let's ask Gussie.
She was a paragon of virtues.
She was a paragon of virtue, she said. Holly used to be a paragon of virtue, which I'm fairly sure is one of those lovely old-fashioned phrases meaning prostitute.
I My mum was like, what's the naughtiest thing Holly did? Oh, she was a prostitute for 2 years.
I'm going to give you a point for that because you sort of got it right at the start. Tim, one more for you. We asked Simon, if Tim hadn't become a TV presenter, what job would he have? Now, what do you think he said?
Oh, this is interesting, this, because we got sacked once. We were on BBC Two for a while.
Yeah.
And then the BBC Trust came along and they got rid of all BBC Two daytime budget. And then we ended up on Channel 4. But during that period, we got axed. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I'm going to start a new career. And he goes, what are you going to do? And I said, I'm going to become a postman.
I'd love the idea that you get one of those little notes that says, sorry we didn't deliver, but I was too busy hosting Sunday brunch. Well, let's see. Simon.
He would undoubtedly be a hairdresser.
Of course.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a hairdresser. I did. That's the career I wanted to be.
Very similar, postman and hairdresser in many ways.
That was before I got into TV. I wanted to be a hairdresser, but my mum wouldn't let me do it.
Oh, why
She
not?
said it wasn't a job for a man. And that's why I didn't choose my mum.
So no points there. And back round to Nish. We asked Bina, who is Nish's greatest inspiration in life? Who do you reckon she said?
I don't know, because partly I feel like there's an answer that's in mind, but I think she might also just say me. Just because I think she likes to think of herself as my greatest inspiration.
Oh, Bina, not you, as in you're your own inspiration.
Yeah. I think she's going to say Bob Dylan.
What?
I think she's going to say Bob Dylan.
What similarities do Bina and Bob Dylan have?
Bob Dylan was my hero growing up, and she always found it very strange that I'd become obsessed with Bob Dylan. And I think she's going to say Dylan.
OK, saying Bob Dylan. Let's find out the truth from Bina.
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton? Oh, yeah, I forgot there was my history of sexual indiscretion. Yeah. I don't think I've ever expressed any interest in Bill Clinton whatsoever. I don't know where she's pulled that out from. You've had an absolute shock.
Yes, Bina says that Nish's greatest inspiration is, bafflingly, Bill Clinton. Of course, many people forget that before becoming American president and the leader of the free world, Bill Clinton was the original host of BBC Radio's light-hearted topical show Newsjack. The first host, and I still think, the best. No points there. So, that is the end of round one, and in joint second place is Tim and Holly, and in the lead right now is Nish. Round one was all about finding out about what the nominees know about the panellists, but round two is where we see how well the panellists know the nominees. Holly, you've known your mum a while, but how well do you really know her? We asked Gussie, what is your most treasured possession? What do you think she'll have said?
She's not a hugely material person. She doesn't have a lot of stuff. So I wonder if she would have done it something to do with her job. So my mum is a vicar. So I wonder if she says something like her Bible or something like that. She goes straight in with the on-brand item. I think she's going to say Bible.
OK, let's see what Gussie went for.
My Bible.
Nailed it.
Yeah, nailed it.
Yeah, she
nailed
said-
it is quite a good pun for Christian.
Yes, Gussie's most treasured possession is her Bible. I'm guessing she's got a copy signed by one of the main characters. So that's 2 points to Holly. Tim, you work with Simon every week, but how well do you know the real Simon? We asked him, Simon, we watch you cooking every week on Sunday brunch, but what do you think is your signature dish? What do you think he said?
It's easy, this. It's pulled pork, because he believes he invented it.
He thinks he invented pulled pork.
Well, I think it started as a joke, but now I think he actually believes he invented pulled pork.
Let's see what Simon says.
Pulled pork.
Yeah, Simon says his signature dish is pulled pork. Simon claims he invented pulled pork, which would have been more believable if he didn't also claim to have invented roast chicken, cheese sandwiches, and the wheel. So that's 2 points there. Nish, your mum clearly knows a lot about you. What do you know about her? We asked her, Bina, who is your all-time hero?
I mean, I'm tempted to say Bill Clinton.
Has she got, like, any sort of people that, you know, come on the wireless or the television and she goes, oh, they're nice?
Well, she loves tennis, and she loves tennis players. I don't know, I think she might have said Martina Navratilova. No, I'm going to go for a different tennis player. I'm going to say Bjorn Borg.
Bjorn Borg?
Yeah, he was a tennis player in the 70s.
Oh, they've got fun names, haven't they?
They really do.
Let's see, who is Bina's hero?
Winston Churchill.
Have you... Are you sure you've ever met your mother? Yeah, definitely no points there. Holly, it's your turn again. We asked your mum, Gussie, do you have any bad habits? What do you think she said?
So my mum's bad habits?
Yes. Is there anything that she does that's sort of a little habit that annoys you?
She lets the dog get into bed with her.
OK.
I think she lets the dog... So my dad got a dog, and my mum said she
There's
didn't...
no way to describe your father.
My mum didn't want a dog, and she pretends that she hates this dog, but she's absolutely in love with it. When my dad is out and about, well, this makes it sound really bad, actually, but the dog is allowed on the bed, on the sofa, everything.
Well, let's find out what Gussie has gone for.
I don't change the sheets enough.
Is that something you knew about?
No, it isn't. I've been to stay there quite a few times, and now I wonder what... I just thought they had 11 duvets the same beige colour.
Yes, Gussie says her bad habit is not changing the sheets enough. We don't know for certain what sheets. Could be bed sheets, hymn sheets, or the polythene sheets she puts down in the garage before dispatching another rival gang member. No points there, definitely. Tim, you're up. We asked Simon. Simon, which historical figure would you most like to be? What is he going to say?
He's from Liverpool. He loves his comedy. He likes his music, the Beatles. Could be John Lennon, but it's not that. But he loves his football. I think Kenny Dalglish.
OK, I don't know who that is either. Simon, tell us the answer.
King Henry VIII.
Yeah, he played left back.
Yeah, Simon would like to be Henry VIII, a ginger egomaniac who left a string of disasters in his wake. And there'll be more Top Gear this Sunday at 8. So no points there. We're going to go back to Nish now. Your mum seems to us like a very moral and dignified woman, but we asked her, Bina, if you could commit any crime and get away with it, what crime would it be?
I feel like I'm going to say murder.
OK.
I feel like my mother's got quite the temper on her, and she's got a lot of beefs with, like, sort of various public figures and people who just drive badly. So, yeah, you know what? Based on the last two answers, I'm going to say murder.
Let's see what Bina went for.
I would kill someone.
2 points. That's the end of round 2. And in joint second place, it's Tim and Holly. But in the lead, it's Nish. I think it's time for round 3. Now, here's how round 3 works. I'll read out the answer to a question. What you have to do is tell me which of the nominees gave that answer. Was it Holly Walsh's mother, Gussie, Tim Lovejoy's friend, Simon, or Nish Kumar's mum, Bina? Now, let's raise the stakes, because we're going to have some buzzers for the next few questions. But if you buzz in and you're wrong, a point will be deducted from your overall score. Oh, it's exciting stuff, isn't it? As Carol Vorderman used to say in her countdown days, next to poppers, this is the ultimate high. So, which of tonight's nominees, Gussie, Simon or Bina, said that their greatest virtue is being caring? Holly?
I really want it to be Bina after the murder comment. That would be classic psychopath behaviour. I think it sounds like she might be the one who really prides herself on her caring attitude, so I'm going to say Bina.
OK, let's find out who thinks that caring is their greatest virtue.
Caring, I would say.
It's Simon Rimmer. What? Is the...
That's Bina, she always keeps you guessing.
Yes, Simon says his greatest virtue is being caring. Simon also described himself to us as humble, modest, entirely unselfish, and definitely the best one on Sunday brunch. Which of our nominees said that of all the things they've never done, they'd most like to have snorkeled? That's Nish!
That's got to be my mum. She's snorkelling to check that the bodies are still sunk below us. I'm going to say Gussie by process of elimination.
How do you know that your mum doesn't want to snorkel?
She has no interest in anything that could be construed as dangerous, and whenever she sees someone who's, like, died doing something dangerous, she's always like, why did they go and do that in the first place?
You do know what snorkeling is?
I also know my mother, Joe. When she's not murdering people, she's quite the scaredy cat.
OK, so your answer is...
Gussie.
Let's hear the answer.
Snorkeled.
It's Holly's mum, Gussie.
My mum has never expressed any interest whatsoever in swimming. This is unbelievable. I don't know if I can ever trust her again.
You think you've got problems trusting your mum?
So 2 points there. Let's try this one. Which of our 3 nominees, Gussie, Simon or Bina, said that the one job they could never do would be anything involving human blood? Tim.
Gussie.
OK.
Yeah.
I've got to take
it
your
can't
first
be Bina,
answer.
can it? Because she likes killing.
Of course not, mate.
Rimmer plays around with raw meat all the time, so...
Yeah, but that's not human, is it?
That
would be an incredible twist on Sunday brunch.
Tell you what, budgets are tight on Channel 4 at the moment.
Bina's doing the murdering, providing the meat.
It's like Sweeney Todd.
My mum deals with communion all the time, so she's probably fine with it.
No, it's definitely Gus. It's your mum.
It's your mum.
Calm down, girls and boys. Let's see who it is.
I couldn't do anything that involves seeing blood in a human form.
It's Simon Rimmer. Yeah. Simon couldn't bear to do anything involving human blood, although that's exactly what a genuine psychopath would say to put us off the scent. So you lose a point for that. One more for luck. Which of our nominees, Gussie, Simon or Bina, said that the celebrity they would most like to meet is Jesus? Nish.
Gotta be Gussie, and if it's not, she's in a lot of trouble.
Well, let's see.
I think I'd quite like to meet Jesus.
Yes, it is. It's Gussie. Yes, the celebrity Gussie would most like to meet is Jesus. I'm not sure that Jesus is what I would class as a celebrity. I don't think you're a proper celebrity until you've appeared on Sunday brunch. So, yeah, Nish gets 2 points for that. And it's the end of round 3. So in third place is Tim. In second place is Holly. And out in front is our current leader, it's Nish. It's time for our final round, round 4. We call this round... One Massive Question. There's only one question in this round, but that question is absolutely massive. It's a question that will really show us once and for all just how well you know the person you've chosen. A question that cuts to the core of that person's very being. The sort of thing only a true friend/son/daughter would know. And because it's a massive question, it's worth a massive 4 points. Oh, I love it. Tonight, the one massive question is this. Which is your nominee's favourite of the 7 dwarfs? Now, I know this is the kind of question that always provokes some very heated debates. I'm going to give you a rundown of the 7 available options for those of you who don't have their names engraved into your memory or tattooed onto your lower back. The 7 dwarfs are Doc, Grumpy, Sleepy, Sneezy, Happy, Bashful and Dopey. We will not accept, I repeat, not accept, flaky, clammy, dirty or damaged psychologically. Tim Lovejoy. Think about your friend and screen husband. It's definitely that way around. Simon Rimmer. We know he's particular about his ingredients. We're sure he's also particular about his dwarfs. But which of the 7 is his favourite?
I don't know. I think Dopey. He said he was caring earlier, and obviously Dopey is the one that is kind of a bit dopey, and he's caring and probably needs the most care out of all of them, I suppose.
Yeah, there's a sort of logic there, Tim.
So I'm going Dopey, yeah, Dopey. He's definitely gone Dopey, definitely.
Well, let's see. Simon, which is your favourite of the 7 dwarfs?
Happy.
It was Happy. Simon Rimmer goes for Happy, so no points there. Holly Walsh. Picture your mother, the associate priest who lies in her filthy bedsheets dreaming of snorkelling. You must have a pretty good idea of who her favourite of the 7 dwarfs is. I'm sure it's the kind of thing she does sermons about. What do you reckon?
It is exactly the sort of thing she'd do a sermon about. I think she'd look down the list and she'd think, who's the least favourite of all the people? I'm going to plump for them to make them feel good about themselves. So I'm going to say she would choose Sneezy.
OK, time to find out. Gussie, name that dwarf.
Happy.
It's another vote for Happy. It's a popular dwarf. 2 votes for Happy, but another 6 dwarfs still up for grabs. Sadly, nothing yet for Sneezy, on top of the misery caused by this year's exceptionally high pollen counts. No points there. Nish. Nish Kumar. There are 4 points up for grabs. Bring a little ray of sunshine to your mother's presumably miserable Croydon-based day. And tell us who is her favourite of the 7 dwarfs.
OK, I think she's going to say Sleepy.
Bina, who's it going to be?
Let me go for Sleepy.
Do you know what? I'm going to say it. I think you know your mum too well.
Yeah.
Why did she say Sleepy?
I think that's the one she identifies with, because murdering really takes it out of you, you know what I mean?
I'm worried because she's in the audience somewhere.
No, she's not here tonight. She said, I don't want to come because I'm worried I've sounded weird.
I think she comes across really well. So that's the end of this week's It's Not What You Know. So let's see the final scores. In 3rd place is Tim. In 2nd place is Holly. And the winner of the show, and on their way to the vibrating massage chair at Mansfield Service Station, it's Nish. And that's it. Thank you to all of our panellists, Holly Walsh and her mother Gussie, Tim Lovejoy and his friend Simon, and Nish Kumar and his stabby mum Bina. And until next time, just remember, it's not what you know. Bye-bye. It's Not What You Know was hosted by me, Joe Lycett. Some of the things I said were written by me and James Kettle, with additional material by Aidan Butler. The show was produced by Matt Strong, and it was a BBC Studios production.